Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, I'm Sati Fauzia Ramadhani with NIM 200530056, majoring in economics education. Today, I will presentation about the monetary crisis in 1998 years. Okay, the first is introduction. I'm Santi Fauzia Ramadhani with NIM 200530056, majoring in economics education at the Faculty of Economy, and lecture Mr. Dr. Marwan. In course is macroeconomic theory course. The select theme or title. So the title that I present about the monetary crisis in 1996 year. The second is content or substance. The monetary crisis had an impact on the economy, and that value of the rupiah against the US dollars declined. This crisis occurred in 1998 during the Reformation period. A crisis is an event that leads to an unstable and dangerous situation that affects an individual, group, community, or entire society. A crisis is considered to cause a negative change in security, social, or environment concern when a crisis occurs suddenly with little or no warning. Crisis is also a term meaning or trial period or emergency event. Crisis is a difficult time experienced by humans in family, community, group, and even a country. This situation makes it difficult for everyone to exercise freedom because they think about other more important things. A small example of a crisis is a financial crisis, or you could say a family that is experiencing a decline in income. Of course, this makes the family situation difficult. In this case, the crisis that will be discussed in the crisis that occurred in Indonesia in 1998, namely the monetary crisis. The monetary crisis may be analog to the financial crisis, but in a broad range, namely state finance. To find out more about the causes of the 1998 crisis in Indonesia. A monetary crisis, or also we know as a financial crisis, is a situation in which asset prices decline. Business and consumers are unable to pay their debts, and financial institution experience a lack of liquidity. Financial crises are often accompanied by panic in which investors sell their assets or withdraw money from their savings accounts, for fear that their value will decline if they remain with the financial institution. Other institutions that may be determine a monetary crisis include the collapse of a speculative financial bubble, a stock market crash, a government default, or a currency crisis. A financial crisis can be confined to a single bank or spread to the economy, the local economy, or the global economy. Okay, the next slide is, on the other hand, the currency crisis that hit Indonesia since early July 1997 lasted for almost 2 years and turned into an economic crisis that paralyzed economic activity due to increased business closures and an increase in unemployment. Actually, this crisis is not all a monetary crisis, but also because of the money problems that hit Indonesia. Some of them are due to the background of economics difficulties, such as the foreign exchange crisis, the long and worst dry season in the last 50 years, past massive forest fire in Kalimantan, and the riots that hit many cities in May 1998 and its sequels. This financial crisis occurred even though in the past Indonesian economic fundamentals were quite strong and received a high level of satisfaction from the World Bank. But behind it all, there are many structural weaknesses that make economic activity inefficient and competitive, such as strict and long-term restriction on domestic trade and import monopolies. At the same time, the lack of transparency and lack of data creates uncertainty, resulting in the entry of large amounts of foreign funds through a weak banking system. The private sector borrows a lot of funds from abroad, most of which are not hedged. As a result of this currency crisis, Bank Indonesia was forced to free the exchange rate of the rupiah against foreign currency, especially the US dollar. On August 14 and 1997, replacing the floating system that was managed so that it could float freely since the government adopted the devaluation in October 1978, again interfering in the affairs of the foreign exchange market in raising the rupiah exchange rate. Thus, the exchange rate is determined solely by market force. The next is cause of the 1998. Okay, the next is causes of the 1998 monetary crisis. The first is the value of the rupiah declines against the US dollar. The occurrence of this monetary crisis has been seen since the beginning of 1997 to be precise in August 1997. This can be seen from the decline in the exchange rate of the Indonesian currency, namely the rupiah against foreign currency, especially the United States dollar or US dollar. The country's foreign exchange reserves are not strong enough to withstand the onslaughts of the declining rupiah. The Indonesian rupiah currency experienced a drastic decline from an average of 1,415 per US dollar in June 1997 to 30,513 rupiah per US dollar at the end of January 1998, but fell back to around 1,000 in early May 1999. The next is huge accumulation of foreign private debt. The second problem stemming from the 1998 monetary crisis was the large private sector foreign debt. In March 1998, the total foreign debt reached 138 billion US dollar, of which 72.5 billion US dollar was private debt. The bad news is the third of this debt is short term and will mature in 1998. It didn't stop there. The foreign exchange reserve that time were 40.44 billion US dollars, so it was not enough to pay back the debt, and also the interest. This then put heavy pressure on the rupiah's exchange rate. The next is the third is government that are less capable of handling crisis. The government issues such as the government's ability to manage and resolve crises, which later turned into a crisis of confidence, and the state reluctance to engage donors in providing financial support quickly. It also concerned the political uncertainty surrounding the last general election and the health of President Suharto at the time. And the last is the failed Indonesian Monetary Fund solution. Various parties have criticized the IMF in relation to the Asian monetary crisis. The most common of which are: the first is, although the IMF program is too uniform, the problem facing each country are not exactly the same. The second is, the IMF program grossly violated donor country sovereignty. Redoubt and Sachs explained that IMF assistance to three Asian countries, Thailand, Korea, and Indonesia, didn't work. After looking at the IMF liquidity program in the three countries, there is strong impression that the IMF actually doesn't control the problem of the emergence of the crisis, so it cannot come out with the right issue program. One of the standard solutions for the IMF is to demand a surplus in the state budget, whereas in the case of Indonesia, the state budget up to the 1996 or 1997 fiscal years was almost always a surplus, even though the surplus was covered by official government foreign aid. The years of 1998 was one of Indonesian toughest exams. The crisis in the monetary and economic fields caused disturbance to security and outdoor. In this difficult situation, Budiotono, who at that time served as State Minister for National Development Planning or head of Bappenas, saw a bright spot to get out of the crisis. The next is impact of the 1998 monetary crisis. Given that Indonesia experienced a monetary crisis, of course there was many impacts. from this incident, the following is the impacts of the monetary crisis are: the first is many companies bankrupt. Companies that are unable to pay their debt eventually go bankrupt. In addition, most of them use imported raw materials, so they need United States dollar to buy them. Because the rupiahs plummeted, they could not buy raw materials and eventually lost their business. The situation is very serious as it has led to a widespread decline in the number of workers and a sharp increase in the poverty rate. Meanwhile, although the state cannot provide support for the reasons that are not yet clear, it is possible that most incumbents in the past were not aware of their position. The next is all banks in Indonesia experience bad loans. Due to the decline in the rupiah exchange rate, all banks in Indonesia face bad credit histories with many businesses failing to pay their debts. This bad credit harm to the banks which were increasingly lose money. So the government finally decided to merge several banks to save the Indonesian economy. The third is price of basic material rise. After the crisis that caused a widespread increase the unemployment rates, the rupiah continued to depreciate at an alarming rate, as did the prices of basic commodities. The increase in the price of basic commodities has made people nervous because they have lost purchasing power. This anger also sparked protests everywhere. The fourth is lost origin countries. At that time, Indonesia was quite open to foreign investors who want to invest in domestic companies. The Indonesian government has attempted to match the rupiah exchange rate to market price. Instead of improving, the rupiah exchange rate actually reached a surprising number. As a result, foreign investors no longer believe that the money invested in doing business in Indonesia will yield good returns. They also left Indonesia in large number and failed to receive infusions from abroad, so many business went off business. The fifth is big demo happened. This massive protest occurred in almost of Indonesia, including students. At first, they staged a protest, but for some reason, suddenly clashes broke out between the students and the police. To this day, no one knows what started first, but this clash led to another major event. This protest lasted for a long time from middle 1998 until the end of this year. They demand the President Suharto resign immediately. Riots until the loss of life. Protests continued through Indonesia. They demand that the new order be removed from power because it was deemed to have failed to improve their Indonesian economy. However, the protest suddenly turned into a bloodbath, killing for 3 Sakti students. The horrific incident also sparked public anger, and protests continued into the afternoon. The seventh is looting and are rising sharply. Public anger was evidenced by widespread looting and attacks against ethnic Chinese people over the sudden emergence of the issue of racism. These rebels and attacks were accompanied by serious human rights violations. Their robbers and attacks didn't only occur in Jakarta but also in other cities. The apparatus could not prevent this incident, and the aspiration of the Indonesian people at the time was a change of government, so the new order government was forced to stop down again. These tragic incidents made people increasingly distrust the government and want change. The last is the New Order power has fallen. At the time, students occupied the MPR or DPR building. As a result, President Suharto resigned and was replaced by B.J. Habibie. This shift in power has proven that Indonesia is leading in recovery from adversity. President B.J. Habibie managed to raise the rupiah back to 1,900 rupiah. Closure. Monetary crisis has provided a very valuable reason to determine policies in the future. The most important and urgent efforts for Indonesia at this time is a rescue program that can restore public confidence and stabilize the rupiah exchange rate at a stable exchange economic. From GSES are of the opinion that steps that must be taken to address the situation are stabilizing the rupiah against the dollars at the reasonable level, banking, restructuring, and resolving private debt problems by rescheduling. After gaining experience from this crisis, foreign funds will be very careful to enter Indonesia, as well as domestic entrepreneurs will be very careful to borrow from abroad. This is compounded by the loss of incentive to borrow from abroad because lower borrowing costs are offset by higher depreciation rates, and because BI is not longer intervening in the exchange rate. Thus, the main research of crisis is the past for the future can be eliminated as long as the above requirement can be met. Thus, Indonesian economic activity must mainly be supported by its own strengths based on the available capital fund in the country. The worth of national banking has also been told of the long-term benefits of acting prudently. The World Bank recommends restoring confidence in the rupiah with four main policies: restricting the private debt burden, reforming and strengthening the banking system, improving governance, and maintaining fiscal and monetary stability during the transaction period by World Bank. The essence of solving the monetary crisis is the short term must be aimed at preventing the accumulation of foreign debt payments, both private and government, at a certain time, and distributing these payments evenly over a longer period of time at the manageable level. So the conclusion. The conclusion is a monetary crisis, or also known as a financial crisis, is a situation in which asset prices decline, business and consumer are unable to pay their debts, and financial institutions experience a lack of liquidity. The currency crisis that hit Indonesia since early July 1997 lasted for almost 2 years and turned into an economic crisis that crippled economic activity due to increased business closures and rising unemployment. This crisis is not all a monetary crisis, but also because of the many problems that hit Indonesia. Some of them are due to the background of economic difficulties, such as the foreign exchange crisis, the long and worst dry seasons in the last 50 years, massive forest fires in Kalimantan, and the riots that hit many cities in middle May 1998 and its sequel. Causes of the monetary crisis. The first is the value of the rupiah declines against the US dollar. The second has accumulation of foreign private debt. The third is governments that are less capable of handling crisis. And the last is the failed IMF solution. So the impact of the monetary crisis is the first, many companies bankrupt. The second is all banks in Indonesia experience bad loans. The third is prices of basic materials raised. The fourth is loss of trust in foreign country. And the last is big demo happen. So that's all presentation by me. Sorry for more and less, and I hope you understand and enjoy the presentation. And the last word is Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you.